people wonder they say shall never end. According to the information reaching us right now, they said Ebony went to 3 rivers around Osun River to wash away her shame and restore her value. Allegedly, oh, you know that right now, from what we are hearing, that is if the information is true, they said Ebony's family are no longer in support of her activities in the palace, and not only that, the king too no longer values her presence in that palace. Remember, there was a time that is all about Ebony. Ebony this, Ebony that. Ebony this, Ebony that. But right now, it's beginning to look like Ebony's presence is not even recognized in the palace. And the part where they said her family is no longer supporting her due to the fact that they believe that the reason they are about to lose the cocoa plantation that they are dragging with another family there is because of Ebony. That it is because of Ebony's activities in the palace. Because to them, if Ebony was doing well right there in the palace, she will be capable to help them to win that case. Due to the fact that as her husband who loves her, she will be able to convince the king to rule the case in their favor. But unfortunately, the king have replaced Ebony with Adetutu, from what we are hearing. And because of that, Adetutu's mother, they said, came from that same family that are dragging this cocoa plantation with Ebony's family. So they believe that the Adetutu will influence the king's judgment, and it is all Ebony's fault. So for that reason, they said they were angry with Ebony, such that they told her that anything that has to do with her stay in that palace, that they have washed their hands off it. That they sent her to the palace to help them and represent them well, but instead she went there and fuck up. They said Ebony went ahead to buy 2 goats and cook delicious meal, summoning her elders, hoping that that is going to help her regain their support and all of that. But unfortunately, they said that day, Ebony's elders gathered. They thought she wanted to tell them something important. But when they find out that it's all about food and begging them to please forgive her and give her second chance, they said they have given her several chances. But unfortunately, she kept misusing the opportunity. Because all this while that the king is trying to send Ebony out, they said her family have been standing firm, making sure that the king did not succeed. And they said they have been the reason that Ebony is still in that palace right now. So with all of this going on, and her elders not supporting her again, Ebony is not, they don't even value her presence in that palace right now. So because of this, they said Ebony went to these 3 rivers. And while she was going there, they said she went there with some calabash, some oil, honey, and the kola nut and the fowl. Yes, chicken. So when she got there, they know how to do it. And this is something that she knows how to do very well. So they said when she got to the river with all of those items, they said she cried her eyes out. According to the information, these 3 rivers, on each particular one, there is something that she will have to do there. So that was how they said she poured the oil and used the water to bath herself, breaking kola nut and all of that. And they said if the gods heard her prayer, that she prayed in the first river, that in the second river, maybe she will see the river goddess and beg for forgiveness. I don't know how they do it, but this is something that we all know that everybody does very well. So that was how they said she went to the river, she prayed, she cried, telling the gods to please wash away her shame, that the shame is too much. And because of that, that she is losing a whole lot. Because she is really losing if everything we are hearing is the truth. Because that part where they said the king removed his name from Ebony's business list, they said that got to Ebony so badly because she is using the influence of the king to do well in that business. But ever since the king find out that Ebony is involved in what happens to the jewel around last year December, Even though Ebony was not in town then, but they said she did something to support that. The king became angry and withdrew his name from her business list. They said ever since then, Ebony have find out that, oh, she have lost completely. And that was why they say she went to those rivers to do some ritual of cleansing and asking for the intervention of the river goddess to come and help her restore her dignity and value in that palace. But they said her sacrifices was successful and all of that. And that is because the rivers are where you go to do things like that, according to the information. But the fact remains that I think what is causing Ebony to lose her dignity and the value in that palace is her activities, is her level of jealousy. Yes, because I believe that even if the gods forgive her and restore her dignity, as long as that spirit of jealousy is there, as long as that I am more important than others is there, Ebony will always experience loss of value in the palace. Because by the time she want to show the king that, oh, I know more than you and all of that, and I don't want the jewel to return back because of the fact that you are showing her more love than all of us, she will always have problems. The only way that Ebony will be in that palace and maybe still have some values and also enjoy her marriage is if she stop fighting the jewel. But it's beginning to look like Ebony have sworn that if the jewel returns back to the palace, that something will happen to her. Maybe she will die or something. It's possible that she did something like that because I don't see the reason why she will keep fighting the return of the jewel, even when she find out that it is causing her so much problem in the palace, and yet she is still fighting. It simply means that there is more to that. Yes, because someone like Blow Blow was fighting before. But when Blow Blow find out that fighting the king and the return of the jewel is not favoring her in that marriage, they said Blow Blow changed. And ever since she changed, it is looking like she is one of the king's favorites. And she is enjoying her marriage with the king. And ever since then, you have not been hearing that Blow Blow cried, Blow Blow fainted, Blow Blow this, Blow Blow that. But every now and then you will hear that Ebony was shocked, Ebony fainted, Ebony cried, and all of that. And I don't know when she will learn. I don't know when she will learn. Because the way they say she is smart, smart ones will always know that if you support your husband, if you make your husband happy, that your marriage will be sweet. But if you think you are going to frustrate your husband because of the fact that he wanted his first wife to return, you too will not be happy in that marriage. And that's how you will be going to the rivers for them to wash away your shame all the time. Anyway, guys, that is what we are hearing if the information is true. I want to remind you that these are all alleged unverified information making rounds on social media and shouldn't be seen as fact unless you verify them. Okay, thanks for watching. Do well to share this video and bye. Love you.